What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day because I'm kind of frustrated, alright? I just recorded half of a video, accidentally deleted my audio, and now have to re-record it. But that's life. But if you feel bad for me, then be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. I will be forced to sue you with the wrath of every attorney in America. Yeah, that's right. Because of the quarantine, they're desperate for work, and I happen to have enough Karen ad revenue to sue you with the wrath of all of them. So be sure to press the like button, otherwise you're gonna face massive legal consequences, and that's not dope. Regardless, guys, today is a skate park story that you guys have been asking about for a while. Every time I tell a story, I swear I get at least like 50 comments saying, tell more skating stories, same thing. So yeah, here you guys go. So there was this kid that was a regular at the skate park named Brandon, and he was a 17-year-old kid. He was a good skater. He was pretty solid at it, and he was pretty nice to hang out with the other kids, but his biggest problem is that he had no filter. Like, there's just a certain amount of keeping your mouth shut that you have to do to exist in society. If I said everything I think out loud all the time to everybody, it just wouldn't go well all the time. Like, everybody has had to keep their mouth shut. You've been pissed at a teacher and just stop talking to avoid getting in trouble. That type of stuff. You have a filter and know when to talk. And Brandon didn't really have that. If you pissed him off or he didn't like you, he made it very apparent, and if you were arguing with him and he felt that he was right, he wasn't going to give up until like the end of time. He was a pretty cool dude though, for the most part. I don't really argue with people a ton outside of Karens and people that are dumb, but like he wasn't a dumb guy, so we didn't really fight a lot. I never had him on my bad side. I was never on his bad side, so his stubbornness didn't really bug me a ton when I was hanging out with him. But one day we're at the skate park after school, and something that annoys all skaters is when parents like come to the skate park, drop their kid off like it's a daycare, and then don't pay attention to them, and the kid like doesn't even have a skateboard. Obviously, little kids skating is a good thing, and if their parents, want them to be safe and bring them to the skate park, then skaters will usually be super nice to your kid, help him if he, needs any help, like tell him good job when he lands a cool trick. They'll be nice to your kid. But when you bring your 2 5-year-olds to the park without anything with wheels and tell them that the quarter pipe is a slide and that if they get in our ways, it's not a big deal, it's just annoying. I'm never gonna yell at your kid just because it's not his fault that you're a crappy parent, but it is really, really frustrating when parents bring their kid to the skate park and just like leave them there to run around and be free, because it's just not the place for that, especially because in every skate park I've ever been to, there's literally a jungle gym 5 feet away. But one day we're all skating, and it was like a pretty good after-school skate session, and these 2 moms pull up, and the way they pull up is just with attitude. They let their kids into the park, and they very loudly pronounce, since it's a public park and nobody can say anything, which, like, low-key in retrospect made me feel like they'd been told before that their kids running around the skate park is kind of annoying, because they made a point to awkwardly yell at us but not yell at us as they walked in and let their kids loose. And the kids weren't bad. The kids weren't intentionally trying to like cause any problems that day, but they were just 5-year-olds that didn't understand like the skate park rules of not getting in people's way, making sure people aren't coming when you're about to ride down a ramp, or like just staying out of the way because they're 5-year-olds. It's not their fault. But obviously they very quickly end up getting in our way a ton, and I'm just kind of like, whatever, no big deal. I don't really care because they're kids. They don't know any better. It's their parents' fault that they're stuck in this situation. I'm not going to do anything. But Brandon is getting pissed, not at the kids, but he's getting mad at the moms. And whenever he would get mad at the skate park, he would go do a trick with like, that was pretty hard and had a good chance of him getting hurt, because whenever he was pissed, he would just didn't care if he get hurt, he just keep trying the trick. So he goes back into the corner of the skate park, basically isolated from everybody else. There's really no reason for anyone else to go back there. The only obstacle back there is this like 6 stair with this kind of short runoff and like a kind of crappy run up, and he just goes back there and starts trying to land a trick down the stair set. And like I said, there's really no reason for anyone to go back there. Like it's off in the corner by itself, and there's no other obstacle there. And he's trying and he's trying and he's trying for about an hour, and at this point I'm not skating. I'm just kind of like standing there with him, watching him try to land the trick, because the 5-year-olds are snaking everybody, but it's not their fault. And meanwhile, while these kids are snaking everybody and like ruining the vibe of the skate park, the moms have gotten back in their car and are just like chain smoking cigarettes with the windows open, blaring country music super loud, and hadn't even looked at the kids or like talked to them at all. So the parents aren't paying attention, and one of the kids, for whatever reason, one of the 5-year-olds, comes over to the stage stair set where he's skating, trying to land the trick, and just like sits on the stairs. So Brandon is like, hey buddy, can you please move off the stairs? I'm trying to do a trick down it. And the kid, because obviously his mom hasn't set the best example always, is like, screw you, 5-year-old telling, screw you, I can sit wherever I want. My mom says it's a public park and you can't tell me where to go. And Brandon, without his filter, like starts opening his mouth, but I like, you know, put my hand on his chest, I push him back a little bit, try to calm things down, and I say, hey buddy, look, he's been trying to land the trick for a while. We understand it's a park. We're not telling you have to leave, but can you just go anywhere else in the park that's not isolated so he can land the trick? And it's not even like the kid was watching. He's sitting on the stairs that he is trying to go down. Like, there is no practical way to do the trick without just knocking this kid out. It's not like he's coming over and being nice, and he's giving him attitude. Like, it's just not a good situation. I know Brandon's pissed, so I'm trying to diffuse it. And the kid starts getting mouthy with me. He's like, fine, I'll go away. But like, he's never going to land it anyways. He probably sucks at skating. Just being a little bit of a brat. Like I said, the kid was a jerk, but he was so young. I don't really want to blame it on him because like, it's probably his mom just telling him what to say and a lot of stuff. Anyways, Brandon is about to land the trick. And like I said, the runoff is pretty short. And the kid is like just far enough away where I can't really see him, but I know he's there. And as Brandon's getting closer and closer to landing the trick, he's like getting hyped. He's like, yo, I'm gonna land it. So he finally goes and he hits it and he's rolling off. And like I said, it's a very short runoff, so he's still going fast. And the kid runs out and just sits in front of him. And obviously, this is how physics works. Big kid going fast with momentum, little kid stopped dead in tracks. So Brandon, completely on accident, I swear the kid runs out of nowhere, just gets plowed over and just hits the ground with a thud. And like, you know when skin smacks concrete and it just echoes and everybody in like a short radius, you know, can hear it? Well, I guess the chain-smoking moms listening to country music hear it, because what I see next after Brandon runs over to the kid and starts being like, are you okay? Can I help you at all? Trying to do the nice thing and take care of the kid that definitely just committed seppuku. Like, why would you run out and jump in front of something moving fast? It's just basic physics. When a fast-moving object meets something that's the lighter than it destroys it. It's like a meteor smacking into the earth. He basically dinosaur extinction to this kid. I'm surprised the kid didn't get any brain damage. He probably already had some, so you couldn't tell even if there was any. Anyways, as he's trying to help the kid up because the kid is kind of stuck on the ground, an angry, like, mom just comes running over and is like, who hit my kid? You know, with that Alabama drawl. Very 10 out of 10 content up in here. I'm going to get my accents on fleek. I'm telling you, doing all these Karen impersonations, redneck moms. I'm really going to just master every accent known to man. So she runs over. Who hit my kid? I'm going to knock you out. I swear I'm going to take this Kenny Chesney guitar, smack it upside your head, break the strings on your front teeth, I swear it to you. And obviously, Brandon tries to explain the situation, but like I said, he doesn't have a filter, so he started explaining that her idiot kid ran over and got stomped on because he deserved it, and he was being an idiot, and he was mouthing off earlier, which the kid didn't deserve it, and he didn't get stomped on, but like, you get the idea. But the mom, you know, hears that her son just got stomped on, and this kid's pissed, and obviously is like, we're fighting. Giant misunderstanding. Really, really not the situation I had was not what happened. She thought that he had literally went out of his way to knock out her kid, and he was trying to explain that her son was being an idiot and ran in front of the skateboard. Didn't say it the right way, but the mom now thinks that we're just like bullying these poor 5-year-olds. So she is just running at Brandon and is like, I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna fight you. So I'm trying to break it up because I understand the misunderstanding. I don't want them to fight, but the mom is starting to swing, and you know, the smell of like 15 cigarettes while her kid is crying on the ground mixed with Brandon screaming at her, just it was a very chaotic moment. So I'm trying to break him up, and she starts like swinging over me to try to hit Brandon. And in the process, when she's swinging over Brandon, he steps back and her fist like recurls around. I don't even know how that even happens, what type of punch you're throwing. And it hits me in the back of the head. And I'm not gonna lie, you can say what you want about her parenting skills, but she grew up in a house where she could punch pretty well because it hurt. I think getting punched in the back of the head always hurts, but I get punched in the back of the head. I'm like, chill, chill, chill. She's like, I'm gonna hurt you for hitting my kid. I'm like, you didn't hit your kid. She's like, what do you mean? And I finally get her to calm down enough after getting punched in the back of the head to explain to her that what had happened was he was over by the stairs. We told him to go away. He said no. And she's like, well, you can't tell my kid to go away. It's da-da-da-da-da. It's a public park. I'm like, yes, it's a public park. But he lands it and he's riding away. And as you can see, there's not a big runoff and da-da-da-da-da. And she's like, oh, well, why was he mouthing off? And Brandon's like, well, because maybe you're a crappy parent. Just starts fighting her again. So she gets up again, and I like kept between her. I'm like, guys, can we not fight here? And she's like, well, you know what? If you guys are going to be disrespectful to my kid and try to run him over, then I don't want him here anyways. We're going home. And she picks up her kid, who's still laying on the ground and probably has a concussion because he got laid out pretty brutally, and like drags his limp self over to the car, gets in with her friend. You know, the Kelly Clarkson starts blaring again. They light another cigarette and drive away. And we're all just sitting here like, what is going on? I don't even know how to process what just happened. And so you've been punched in the head by a redneck mom. You don't really know what life's about. And after that moment, I became a Buddhist monk and went to learn Shaolin Kung Fu. No, but real talk, moral of the story is, I guess make sure your kids don't get run over by the skate park by not chain smoking cigarettes and blasting Kelly Clarkson around them. That's probably why they were just so misbehaved, is they only had to listen to Kelly Clarkson all the time. They wanted to rebel. They're like, please do anything. Any brain injury is better than blaring country music. But yeah, on that note, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, and if you're new, be sure to send me proof of you turning on those notifications to my Instagram at Scrubby. Shout somebody out every day. Today's notification shout out goes to Samuel Anderson. Big thank you for having on those notifications. What an OG didgeridoo. And yeah, on that note, guys, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I promise that whoever I get pregnant will at least be a solid 12 out of 10. And get the merch if you haven't already. Use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. I really want this to be 12 minutes because it looks so much more aesthetically pleasing than 11:49 on the list of videos. I'm out. Peace.